Just a quick look at lip gloss day today. How's everybody doing? Is everybody doing okay? Are you doing okay? How's everybody doing? We have a special message today. Welcome to our special messages. Is it 113? It's 113. Well, that's a good number, 113. I am Celeste. I am from the multiverse. And we have the Mother and the Father with us today. Galactic Federation. I love my Celestials. Thank you, Celestials. I love you so much. I love all my Celestials and all that they do for me and my teams and my guides. And I'm already all goosebumpily. And so welcome, welcome, welcome. We're going to talk about some new Ascension energies, some new Ascension messages. And our messages will get out there. We're calling in Mother and the Father, and we're calling in the divine guides and the benevolent angels and ancestors that will protect us and guide us in these beautiful shifting times to arise to a new frequency of the divine holy light within our new frequencies of New Earth Star. We are anchoring in some new energies today as we come forward with some news and some information and some beautiful already knowings. We already have these knowings within ourselves about these shifts that are going on because it's all about us, right? It's about our consciousness being emulated as the representation of the heavens and what that looks like on the outer experience. And how we manifest the continuation of the Fibonacci sequence and that spiral is understanding that we are the creator of the outer and as above and so below, and why it's so important to have that connection as above, so below, so that we can create a better inner and we can create a better outer. And so all of these things that we are now remembering ourselves to be as higher vibrational, multi-vibrational beings, allowing us to take greater care of who we are within, that we always have an infinite connection, and that infinite connection is always inspired through the imagination, and creativity is our greatest gift, is the divine creativity and the divine imagination, because we are connected with the divine mind of God at all times, so we're never ever going to be short of ideas or inspiration. It's just a matter of how to align ourselves, and the alignment is what we've been talking about on every one of my videos. It's one of my passions for coming forward, and what I've seen as the some of the issues that have been going on in humanity has been the disconnection from spirit and the matter. And when we disconnect spirit and matter, our bodies become diseased. Our bodies are not being fed as much light as it should be. We don't have that connection with the higher self in the all that we are, in the higher universe playground that we have, the galactic playground that we have. So it's really important that we harmonize and work with spirit as much as possible, so that we can maintain that flow of multi-vibrational experiences through all that is. And we're just noting that Interpol, there's a whole slew of people that just signed on all at once for those that are doing the investigations. And so we're very grateful for all of those that so sign on, that are benevolent leaders and purveyors of light and want to improve their divine frequency of their outer reality and their inner realm. And so that's what we're going to be talking about today, and just that ignition of the fire within us. That fire within us is the passion, and that passion to keep creating, to keep moving, to keep it stretching beyond what we have been. And that is the contraction and expansion that is our evolution. I was watching a show last night on a really old show from a professor from, I think, Harvard, was giving a speech and a lecture about the sequencing of life in the Fibonacci sequence. Not the Fibonacci sequence, but the spiral of life. And so he was going on about the necessary and the need for atoms and molecules, and how it reacts with each other, and the contrast of this and that. And having that contrast is so important, because it allows this to change and that to change. And so there's always going to be that holographic reality. We're the ones that are creating it. So the more aligned you are within, and the more aligned you are with that sequence of spiral, because as you're spiraling on this new, you choose to change now, that next spiral of sequencing will change. So then you're changing that reality ripple. It's also called the butterfly effect. And so everything that you choose in this now moment, from a balanced, mindful state and that open heart, you're now changing that sequence of that next spiral. And so this is what the professor was talking about. And of course, we work with the spiral all the time in our offerings and our videos, to know that everything works within a spiral, and all that you're putting out is now coming back. So how can you make a new choice now for that next spiral of rotation to come back and then face you in a new, different way? And this is how you always know you're always changing, you're always shifting, because you want to call in those energies and those experiences, like I do. I always call in the higher celestial beings for those other reflections of myself so that I can anchor them down to the lower frequencies. And so that's why I do a lot of work, and that's why I am in hermit a lot, so that I can anchor as many high resolution, I guess, high frequencies as I can, so that Earth can be grounding with a whole bunch of not only my star cluster energies, but everything that I can gather from above. So that's why it's important that we do these videos as often as we can to tap into the multivibrational, multidimensional experiences, and then allow ourselves to grow within that ripple. Because that ripple is always expanding to the spiral, right? There's always going to be the contraction and expansion of creation, and that source creator and all of creation, it's taking what is this now moment and then expanding to new reaches, taking this now moment and expanding to new reaches. So there's always change. And that's one thing that one of the first things he said last night was the idea of change, and it's constant. The change is constant, causing that ripple of expansion and contraction. And so change is pivotal in that spiral. That spiral creates that next ripple. That spiral creates that next ripple. That spiral creates the next ripple. But being as matter beings, we have the opportunity to change our now experience. And as we change that now experience, that ripple now changes. And so all the healing that you do and all the integrating that you do of your soul fragments is allowing you to become a new version of this vibrational experience that you are, to send out those new ripples in creation. And that's why we're paying so much attention to the spiral. There's no past and there's no future. It's just a matter of right now. So your choice right now is so important. And your choice right now to choose the highest vibrational earth that you choose to be on, how it is connected to all that is creativity and inspiration, how it is connected to your higher self and all of the galaxies above, all of the realms and the universes above. And that's coming back to a now moment and then grounding it to the new earth star so that you have those energies to work with on the physical realm. So we've got some messages from Source Creator, and then if we have time, we'll pull a card. And so if everybody just wants to have a straight back and call in any of the celestial beings and Archangel Michael and all the beings of healing and light, any of those listening now and future now moments that choose to tap into their higher selves and their angels of light and their celestials of light and the galactic federations that are always present with me through the systems of light and through the councils of light and the star councils. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Thank you, Commander Ashtar. And thank you all of the divine heavenly beings that work with me at all times. Thank you, Jesus. I just see Jesus now with the masters. Thank you, Holy Masters. And thank you, Holy Mother and Father, for always being with me in my work. I'm so grateful for all that you are today and for allowing me to bring forward this special message. And thank you on behalf of all of those beings. The very two special clients that I mention all the time because they are beautiful divine garden seeds in my garden. They are my disciples, and they will be blessed through Archangel Michael and the very many angels that are working with them, and all to all the children for these two special beings that have donated. And I will add a special notation here. Spirit said that if I wanted to send out a special request for anybody that would like to send in funds for a donation for me to get a new laptop and pay off my phone bill, which allows me to get all of my videos and my communications, that would be wonderful. And if you can, then I would be promoting whatever business and whatever experience that you have, so I can promote that for you as well. And I would love to do that if you would be benefit of a benevolent offer and a beautiful offer from your heart to mine to allow me to move forward in my work and my expansion of who I am. I do absolutely need new tools, and of course I'm still homeless from waiting for all the funds that are supposed to be coming in, and I think Father has a message about that today. So here is our messages, and I just had a beautiful quote from C.S. Lewis, and C.S. Lewis, as we know, has been a beautiful prose and poetry, and the download that I had from this C.S. Lewis, and the men said, the blood of the stars flowed within her veins. And the men said, the blood of the stars flowed within her veins. That's a beautiful line. Wouldn't that make a beautiful song? That's from C.S. Lewis. That's a beautiful. And so let's go into the message today. Yeah, it teaches us great, wonderful compassion. I think the most wonderful, generous people I've met are the homeless ones and the two clients that have given donations to me that have helped me out and have allowed me to eat over the last couple of years when I was in constant state of anxiety and constant state of up and down and constant state of unsafety as a divine feminine that's being constantly attacked by the cults and covens and the Illuminati, if you will. So it hasn't been fun at all. I think Spirit said there's about 7 of us in the collective 7 of us light workers at various levels of homelessness. But I was obviously the most integrated and the most attacked because I was the one that had the most notoriety, I suppose, in the heavens and in the celestial realms. But that's okay, I'm used to it. So anything that anybody could send, that would be wonderful. We still have to sort out all of my finances that are a complete mess because of the withholding of funds that were supposed to be paid about 3 or 4 years ago. So all of the monies do have to be returned, and they will be returned. Source and my ancestors are ripping things up overnight. I'm exhausted from the whole process. So my Father said, just sit back and let us do all the work. They're working on everything. The ancestors are working on everything. My job is just to come forward and to bring messages every day. My role is the messenger of the heavens for the Holy Mother and the Father and the systems of light, for promoting and inspiring and enhancing the Divine Father's plan for ascension for all the galaxy. As Gaia moves into her Earth star experience as her 5D galactic space and what it requires for humanity to move into a 5D consciousness, as well as the many galactic beings and the celestial beings that are working on our behalf 24/7. They're assisting us in the light ships. They're assisting us in our divine star families and our star councils to upgrade and enhance our bodies and our brains and the way our brains are functioning, the way our brains work. There is a huge process, and I've written about it in my books, and all of my 700 videos go in to explain the various expansive techniques that goes into any one person, because remember, any one person has a different temperament and pacing for ascension, how they process light, how they integrate their soul fragments, based if they had a very traumatic past and what their soul fragments exist of. And again, how much information that they have been ingathering and doing on their own. If somebody is not doing any work at all, it's a harder job for your guides to assist you in that path of awakening. That's why it's best to do your own work, to be your own commandment ship, so that your guides have an easier time to assist you with the many changes and alterations that have to occur in the body before one goes into a complete 5D consciousness shift. So the more that you work with light every day is so important, because it does help assist your teams and your guides and all of the beings that are with you. And so Commander Ashtar and Mother Father God, are we assisting and making sure that the YouTube channel has access to all those that so need, and those energies that have been manifesting control and suppression and strangulation of my life and how my word and how I get seen in the collective is going to be pulled out, and they're going to be given karma immediately. So we have a straight back and our feet are flat on the floor as we offer the Mother and the Father in and all of our celestial energies. And we're just going to bathe our fields and we're going to bathe our chakras. Calling our divine higher self. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Thank you, higher self. And we're going to open up our Earth Star chakra and all of our chakras. Thank you, holy ancestors. I am divine, celestial, divine human. Thank you, Holy Spirit. And bathe me with the Holy Christ. Clear and cleanse away any densities, any infractions, and any impalements that are not mine. Return to the sender, please. Return anything that is being done throughout this episode today. Return it right back to the sender immediately. We are protected, those that choose to learn and those that choose to heal. All others will be sent back their energies. Thank you, Holy Spirit, Divine Holy Lord Michael, thank you. And I'm saying very great gratitude to those clients that have donated to me, the 2 very special seeds and the very special flowers that they are. And anybody that does donate to me, I do give you, obviously, as you've heard and you've recognized, you do get special prayers of light throughout the week, and you do get special prayers of blessings for whatever it is you're working on, wherever it is you're at in your ascension shift. And you do also get shout outs in my show every day. So if there's something that you would like to shout out as far as, your offering or your business, anything that you'd like to promote, as long as it's benevolent and in alignment with our ascension path, then that is absolutely accessible. But then I also do have final say, and the Mother and the Father have final say, the energies behind the intention. And so there will always be that caveat to everything that I do. If Mother and Father say at the last minute no, then it's a no. But obviously your generous help and your generous donations, I'm very, very grateful for, and it assists me in reestablishing all of the delinquencies from the withholdings that have been done and the fucking with my life. That has not been fun at all, but I've gotten through it, and thank you, Holy Mother and Father, for allowing me to. And so I'm tapping into one of my gifts today, and it's just expanding on my celestial gifts and skills. I'm calling in my teams and my ancestors to assist me in working with the gifts that we're opening up into today. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Thank you, Holy Spirit. And so I'm just moving into aspects of downloads with the celestial councils and the councils of light on behalf of Mother and Father. And Mother and Father are right behind me. And then the councils of the Christ consciousness are right behind me. And of course, Anubis, just so that you know where they stand. The Mother and the Father are right behind me. They have their hands on my shoulder. That's so nice. Thank you, Holy Spirit. And so there's the channel. And then we're going to get into the Father's download. These are times of great shifts. The systems of light would like to introduce a new commander, and this commander is Commander Alistar. And this Commander Alistar will be working specifically with me on the approach that we are moving into New Earth Star, and the many beings that are working with me on the expansion of our soul's contracts. And this is specifically with me as I'm being the messenger for introducing Earth as she's entering into New Galactic Space, as she's entering into first contact. And so Alistair is going to be Commander Ashtar's, assistant, and then helping with my specific soul's blueprint. And the reason why is Alistair is a soul fragment of me. So I felt very comfortable. It was very wonderful because I've always asked Commander Ashtar. So it was a wonderful surprise for me to feel that Alistar was a part of me, that soul fragment of me, but in a higher version. Because I've always been asking Commander Ashtar to assist me in being a better commander, if you will, because I love Commander Ashtar. I love him so very much. And so he's teaching me how to be a better leader. And so I'm so very happy that Alistair is going to be a part of these systems of light, Galactic Federation downloads. So Commander Ashtar is showing me that, yes, he's teaching me to be a better leader on the higher frequencies. And now that part of me is now introducing this part of me. So it's really cool. It's a beautiful surprise. Thank you, Holy Mother Father. Thank you, Holy Mother Father. So Alistair has been doing many missions with us, with the emerging new planets that are moving into ascension and the other planets that are working within expansion of their own specific growth processes. And then I asked a few questions. Your work with the federations on many of the missions and establishing contact and benevolent service for the people and the land as you are moving into expansive ways of becoming. You have a very close connection with Alistar, as we've just discussed, and they're kind of superimposed aspects of me. So I am a superimposed aspects of Alistar. So that's really wonderful. So thank you. And Alistar sits at about a 7th and 8th dimensional version of me, along with Commander Ashtar. And you are the rock for many of those that come to you for assistance. They trust your experiences. They trust in your integrity and your truthfulness. And that's why we have assisted in lifting you to these versions of being a messenger for Earth and for the collective, that so come and so choose your service of expansiveness and the many gifts that you hold. And we will be assisting you in working with those gifts and skills and talents as they become activated through the DNA and many aspects of your full multidimensional self. One. There are many branches of the galaxy wanting to work with us, and many aspects, and that's why we always go through the higher self, so that we're preparing ourselves in due process, what needs to be activated, what needs to be cleared and cleansed, what needs to be worked on, what doesn't need to be worked on. All of those things we work with our teams, because they're helping us prepare to work with our celestial systems of light and the galactic teams and all of the branches that we belong with. And there's many people that are kind of lined up to work with us because they can't wait to work with a human on Earth to see what they've been through and how much they've been through and how did they get through all of these densities. So that's why we've always said right from day one, all of our videos are suggesting to everyone, just get up and keep going and keep going and keep going, because the energies that we're moving through as a collective, it's like pulling a train through through a dense brush. You've got to get through that dense brush, and then it opens up every now and then it's dense brush, and then it opens up because we're going along spirals and spirals of really dense energies and dense ideologies and dense practices and dense belief systems, and all of those are really thick to get through. Although it does help when you're being the commander of yourself and you're doing your own ascension path work, that you're being the mindfulness and you're being the light within your day, and you're rippling out that light every day in your spiral of ascension. And it just helps because it's not up to one or two people to do all of the work for the collective. And that's how it's really felt sometimes. And I know some of the light workers, we get on and we have our venting sessions, but that's how it really feels. I mean, it does feel as if we're carrying trains sometimes. And because we do feel everything, and especially when we're being impaled and attacked even more, and we're being enforced into these programs of agenda that we didn't choose. We didn't come forward in this physical reality and say, I want to go and choose that really dense experience with the Illuminatis. I want to choose that really dense experience with, corrupt Masons. We didn't choose that. Some of it is supposed to come through us so that we know how to deal with certain energies, yes. And some of it is also to clear your lineage and your ancestral akashic energies and your karma, and that's a yes too. But it's not supposed to be every part of your day for years and years and years. It's not supposed to be, the suppressions of your timeline and the suppressions of your family and the suppressions of your income and all of those things. It's not meant to be where you're meant to stay. Nobody was meant to even touch my life as far as the files and the medical histories. There was never meant to be an abuse of power to the degrees that were done on my life. And so Spirit has a few words of their karma that's coming to those in the shadow governments and those that have been operating in the cults and covens that have been practicing against my moving forward. They've been in denial of my moving forward because they were getting so very much from harvesting from me. They were getting so very much from lying and using me and using my light and copying my content, and those beings that are on the Truman Show and using AI to create their own episodes and their TV streaming, and however these reality shows are going for them, they've never had any permissions of any kind in any way, and we've never been paid. So there's going to be a lot of things that are coming out that the systems of light and the heavens are going to be pulling every single one of those programs and those people that are running them. They will be pulled because now that we've acknowledged it and we've accepted it, that these things have been going on in the shadow governments. They've been playing Hunger Games with us. They've been playing with certain ones of us in mind control, in MK Ultra, and all of these agendas that are very horrible. They're very inhumane, and it is a complete abuse of power. So this is what this channel is going to be today, is about the Father coming forward through me as the messenger and the conduit for the Divine Holy Creator. Me stepping into a new chapter and a new level of my ascension cycle. I'm stepping into more leadership and more ownership of my leadership position, to know that I've been through various levels of autonomy, various levels of initiation, from all levels of being abused, from all levels of trafficking, from all levels of molestation, and all of those things that I've had to work through and I've had to get over, addictions and all of those things, to earn and to create a business for myself and to create a beautiful expression for me that I thought was beautiful. I've written 3 books about ascension. It just happened so synchronistically as I began to awaken about 18 years ago. And I began to come into more of myself and remember the things that I was meant to remember. And then my excitement is to bring it forward in my radio shows and my podcasts, just to let humanity know about the great excitement about all that we belong to and all that we've always belonged to. We've just been taught really low vibrational things that we're ready to step out of. But there's been so much suppression, there's been so many games played on those of us that truly have beautiful offerings that will send humanity into new directions of growth and expectation, of wonderment of who we are as source, of wonderment of who we are as celestial, hybrid, diverse, species of the infinite, of source creator. And it's truly up to each individual to expand who they are and to really set exciting goals and exciting plans and exciting intention, direction, and focus about where they're wanting to take themselves in their expression of who they are as source. And then choose with every day, choose to have that seeking of light, have that choosing of healing with light, and having that light be with you in the beautiful harmony of this new making of New Earth Star. And then allow a source to really take care of all those that are going through a lot of thick karma, and your ancestors to take care of those that are going through thick karma. All you have to do in your pathwork is just acknowledge it and accept it, that it's a part of your story, that you're setting boundaries and you're not going to allow them to rip you apart, because there is no earthly law that says you need to be abused every day and attacked every day and to be withheld your monies and to be withheld the truth and to be withheld all that is your natural birthright. Those are illegal abuse of power. Those are those that are taking themselves into handling ship and management of you, and there is no law for that. There is no rule for that. There is no thing that I've signed to say that everybody and their dog can have power over me and to have sight over me and to have touching on me. The people that have touched my files, the people that have touched my name, the people that have had information about me that I don't even have, I think it's egregious and it's illegal. So there's obviously been very corrupt, illegal programs behind the scenes that they're still refusing to come forward and make right. So this message from Source today, from Mother Father, who's standing right behind me, it is a very important message, and it will show that Source Creator will stand up and will pull whatever needs to be pulled, and it will be backed up by my word. It will be backed up by thine self that is coming forward in another condensed aspect of me. And so that we're moving forward in a beautiful way, to know that the Father and the Mother will support all of those that will offer my life path and all that I've done in my offerings, my content, my writings, my songs, my poetry, everything that I do is a offering to humanity freely, and all the sessions and the webinars and the classes and the healings and the activations and all the things that I do for humanity to assist humanity to move on, that I become this positive role model for all others to know that no matter how dark and how much in poverty you might seem to go, there is a path of your evolution, and to always speak your truth with expression of joy and who you are. You know, never stray from that energy of who you are, never stray from that authenticity and that rawness of who you are. Regardless of what others around you are going through, their jealousy and their envy and their impalements of you and not fitting in. There's a lot of shifts in some of us that are very used to moving in and out of timelines and in and out of universes. Sometimes the people that we're in front of is just for us to present our Christed light. They're just for us to present our starseed light. And we're not going to be there for a long time. We're just there to teach and show and have that mirror of reflection and that karmic experience, because I do reflect a lot of karma to people, so that they can reflect to themselves, is this how I really want to be? And then they go within and they start doing that work. My job is just to activate people. My job is to activate people so that they see how they behave, so they see that there is other ways, that they can come out of those low vibrational karmic cycles. And so that's my job as an activator, because I am crystalline and my crystalline light does activate, and it's the Christ consciousness. And so in that, Source does move us, those that are starseeds, those that are crystals, to various aspects of thread lines. And that's why we are being asked to move. We are being asked to get out and meet new people. We are being asked to get out in the collective, because our light does activate those that need that help in vibrational awakening. And so we do carry new theories, we do carry new ideas, we do carry new, new synopses of what could happen and what might happen, and we carry new excitements, we carry great inspiration, we carry ideas and theologies, and we carry all of these things that we learn on the higher realms that we're meant to come and bring forward and express the 3 E's here on this experience, and then create a new butterfly ripple. And that butterfly ripple will then have that star seed anchoring. It will have the hybrid anchoring, and it will have all of these beautiful things that help make this beautiful new earth a beautiful wave and a beautiful color of high vibrational light, which then is preparing for future generation children that will be far beyond above what we have on earth now. And the children are just waiting for us to make those certain anchorings so that they can know that it is safe for them to come here. Because right now it's not safe for many of those hybrids to come here. It's just too traumatic in the trafficking and the disregard and disrespect. There's so much disconnection. So light workers, we're here to inspire and activate as many as possible, for those to awaken to awakening to the process of ascension, and go within and start reharmonizing yourself with light. Start reharmonizing yourself and bringing spirit into everything that you do and are, so that you can start recalibrating that reconnection and that reunion, and know that alignment is about the connection and relationship. So are you building that relationship with spirit every day? Are you building that relationship with who you are as a soul and the grander aspects of your soul, the grander condensed, if you will? You're the smaller condensed, that's the grander, because there's always higher realms above that. And so it's part of my job to come forward in these new energies, and this new spiral's gotten some new energies, so I'm not just practicing them, I'm bringing this forward. So we are here to assist you in these new human shifts and the creational orientation of the shifting realities. Many of you will see some that you have been dealing with for quite some time, and very dense karmic energies will be releasing themselves and moving into other shifts of dimension, and you will not see them. Some of them are not meant to go on your specific energetic ride, and have that be okay, because everybody's movement on their ascension path is unique to their vibration and to their soul's contract. Based on what they've been able to work through consciously, have they been able to earn the consciousness level for them to move forward on the path? And if they haven't earned the consciousness, then they cannot go forward. And that's just what we've been saying. So they've been saying that just know that some people will be moving in different directions, because it has to be vibrationally matched. And then there will be those that will be shifting to higher vibrations, because they have been working on their consciousness daily. They have been, facing the triggers. They have been setting out new intentions of becoming, mindful at their heart space, and then moving into a higher connection with their higher self and working with their teams. And so that's working daily with your ascension path work, as we always talk about. So I've got 770 videos, so go back and actually listen to the videos and do the ascension work, because that's only how you manifest your mastery. You manifest your mastery by actually doing the work and being the work, right? You want to be able to know that any question that comes at you, you can ask it and answer it back in return, with great frivolity and your excitement to be you. right? You want to be excited being you. We're here to have fun. We're not here to be enslaved to those that bully us. We're not here to be enslaved to shadow-ass governments that think that they own us and they can control us and have us on watch lists, so we're never meant to move and we're meant to be suppressed. And if we do move, then they've got all of these cults and covens that are attacking us and throwing spell work at us. Like, what the hell kind of life is that? That is absolute enslavement, and that's what my life has been like. The shadow government has had all of those, those lies and those manipulations on my timelines and on my birth information that I didn't ask for. I didn't ask for any of this. I didn't say, hey, sign me up for the most abusive witches and warlocks that want to switch destinies any way that they can. Sign me up for the witches and warlocks, worst timelines. I've done it so that I can teach humanity how to protect your chakras and how to protect your fields and how to still come out in light. But there's still so many people out there right now. There's so many people out there right now that don't take this as any seriousness. They don't care about any of this. They don't listen to ascension. They don't listen to the wise wisdoms with any connection in their hearts whatsoever. They think that nothing's going to happen. They just go along every day and float along every day. They don't have any commandmentship with themselves. They don't have any connection with themselves. They've lost connection with source spirit. They don't speak with their higher self. They don't speak with guides or spirit. So most of the people that come on, they're just coming on to listen, but they don't do anything. They don't connect with spirit. I can feel the energy in the chat room. I can feel the energy of those listening. How many of you that are listening right now, how many of you sit in meditation every day and talk with spirit? Do you talk with your higher self and ask and seek that connection? Do you seek the connection in your speech? Do you seek the connection in where you're moving? Do you seek the connection in your next moves? Do you seek the connection in your vibration? Do you seek the connection in your visions? Do you seek the connection in your healings? Why not? Why do you not seek connection? And that's where there's going to be those shift-offs, because there will be those that are here to continue teaching those that want that connection. And if you don't want that connection, then they'll be moved off to other frequencies where they want that disconnected experience. The disconnected experience is not this channel. If you want disconnected and if you want like nothing matters and you don't care about connecting with life, you don't care about connecting with spirit, it's not this channel. This channel is all about connection. It is connection with all life. It is connection with all that is spirit. Connection with the insects, connection with the land, connection with the water, connection with the air. How connected are you? Are you connected with what's going on in your air? How are you making your voice a positive resolve for the air quality? How are you making your voice a spiritual voice, positive resolve for the water quality? How are you getting involved in the community service? How are you getting involved in your connection with spirit and all that is your environment? As above, so below, as within, so without. Are you connecting with spirit every day? Connection with spirit. Your connection with spirit is your connection with spirit. So if you don't know what spirit is, and if you don't know how spirit looks and feels, then go within and start working with spirit. Ask for spirit to present itself. Spirit is a feeling. Spirit is a sensation. Spirit is in all life. There is spirit in all life. It's called God. It's called the omnipresence. And read some books. I implore everybody every time they get on my videos, go read some books and educate yourselves. What is the omnipresent? What does it mean to be omnipotent? What does God really feel like? I want you to get back into your senses. Feel God. Feel God, because how you're going to open up your senses to communicating to the celestials is first going to be by your sensations. So if you're not connected to any of your sensations, how are you going to know if you're getting a download? Because you're not connecting with spirit. How do you know you're getting a download? How do you know you have celestials that want to talk with you, want to start channeling with you? How do you know if there's something going on in your body and your celestials are pointing it out to you and your higher self says, hey, you need to pay attention to this? See, this is what I mean. Most people just come and they tune into all of these YouTube shows, but there's no intention of them connecting with anything. And that's the problem. They're so distracted. They go from one YouTube video, next YouTube video, next YouTube video. There's no connection with anything whatsoever. So this is where, when I started awakening, it's important, it's vitally important right now for all of humanity, because there are shifts off going into different directions based on your vibration. If you don't have intention or direction or focus as to who you are, what you exist within, and what's going on within you, then your life is going to go willy-nilly, and you have no control, and you're not the master of it. You're not a master at all. There are ascension books, there is awakening books, there's light body books, there's how to be ascended, what are the signs and symptoms. There's so much out there right now on the process of awakening. I've written 3 books just on my own. I've got 760 videos. If you are truly intending to be a part of New Earth, if you're truly intending to be 5D, then it's daily practicing to be with Spirit. Because if you don't tune into your higher self every morning for your first hour of meditation, your first hour of setting your day goals, sitting down and working through your energy as soon as you wake up, going through your dream, going through your energies of how you feel, clearing and cleansing your field, and setting some goals for your day, setting some alignments for your day, setting off Source Creator, what do you got for me today? And you've got all of these things that Source and Spirit are setting for you. That's your daily alignment. And you do that in the morning before you even go anywhere. Setting out your daily guidelines for how you're working with Spirit and how you're working with your collective and how you're working with the heavens. So if this is not a part of your practice, you're disconnected. And your path is going to go willy-nilly. You're not aligned. That is not alignment. The alignment is being in the vibration every morning and then cleansing your fields at night and doing your healing sessions at night with your teams, connecting with your teams back at night. Gratitude, appreciation, loving your body, healing your body, sending light to your body, sending light to the places that hurt, sending light to the places that are aging, sending light to the old belief systems about aging, and all of these things. That's when you do your healing. And that's when you work with your teams again, connect with your teams, build that relationship with your body, build that relationship with health and healing, build that relationship with higher vibrational beliefs. If you're not doing the entrainment, if you're not doing the practicing to be 5D, then you're going to be very slow to getting into 5D, and that's okay. But this channel is all about connection to all that is Spirit. This is all that ever matters, is your connection with Spirit. Because then you don't have addictions, and then you don't have to be in toxic karmic relationships, and then you know exactly who's coming at you and why they're coming at you and when they're coming at you, so that you can stave it off and close the door and cut the cords and have it already clean and cleansed already before they even come to you. You can always be 10 steps ahead of those people that just want to take, harvest, and siphon, and just want to abuse you. Everybody from the Calgary cult. You will never come back. We will never continue cycles. My ex, we will never continue any cycles, ever. Don't ever think that you can come back, because you cannot. The divorce happened for a reason. God removed you for a reason. There will never be a continuation of any cycles. I will always say no until the end of time. You need to go and heal. You need to go and create your life. You need to go and get right on the things that you've done to hurt and harm and damage my life and ruin my life. And withhold monies that you knew were mine, withhold information and truths that were mine, and all you did was talk behind my back and backstab me with everybody that you were in cahoots with. My ex and the Calgary cult and the Calgary police and everybody that was involved, there should be arrests that are being made. There should be full investigations of monies going in and out. There should be investigations going on about the tampering of evidence, about the tampering of my life, my personal life that was in the hands of everybody that were nothing but fucking criminals. Corrupt witches, corrupt warlocks, and everybody in between touched my life and my personal life, and they didn't give a crap. They couldn't wait to get their greedy, slimy little green-ass hands on it so that they can rip it apart and do more spell work and do more studying on me and see how they could study me to see how they can break me a little bit more. And they had doctors and false-ass doctors, and they had false-ass practitioners, and they had everybody that they could pay to come in and see what way they could attack me this week. So my ex from Calgary, my ex, you know exactly who you are. Don't ever think that you can ever come near me or next to me. The answer will always be no. You are forgiven. And the more that you press and the more that you do sex magic and the more that you do magic for me to come and be with you, it will be a forever no. I don't care what's going on. I don't care what you're going through. You have to sit in what you sit in because you created it. You ruined my life with malice and with intention and lying every day, so that you can walk around with what you walked around with. And you wrote my name into defamation beyond all horrible, horrible acts of defamation and harassment. And not one person stood up for me. Not one. Who in their right mind bullies the mother of their children until they break, until they're sitting on the streets homeless? And they actually laugh about it and they think it's great that they brought the divine healer down. So again, you have to look at your misogyny and you have to look at your evilness. And that's your game. You have so much jealousy and envy that's your intention. Go to the authorities and bring your stories of truth, because all of you know that there was nothing but malicious plots on my life. There was nothing but malicious plots on how to take me out and who was going to take me out, and the money's being paid for it. And these were plots that are probably 50 plus deep. And my ex was involved in most of them. You cannot plot on my life. You cannot defame me so egregiously and call me out and laugh at me. And you cannot exploit me, and you cannot do the things that you have done to me and take money for it and then come back and say, hey, I'm changed. My ex, you will never come back into my life, ever. It will always be no, it will always be closed. There is no more spiral. There is no more co-creation, ever. Thank you for teaching me the lessons on how to be a better person and how to stand tall of abuse. And I'm going to speak on everything and everyone that's ever been hurt in similar covert ways, where you lie to people's faces and you do black magic behind the door and you run false businesses and you do everything you can to make sure that the person that is calling you out gets accused with false accusations and false criminal allegations. Completely false, 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 false. I've signed nothing. I've approved nothing. I've been involved in none of these people's dealings. I moved away 6 years ago because of the covert abuse and lies. And these people have been doing everything every day to bring me down. And the Father has a word for all of you. The Father has the Father's word for all of you. All of you have known for a very long time what you stole from me. All the monies that you stole from me. Calgary cult, you've all been living off of money that was mine. And not one of you have made a donation. Not one of you have done anything to make it right. And all I have done is be a divine healer. A unicorn energy, a beautiful energy that moves little animals and helps anybody that comes to me. You can't even count the number of free healings I've given. You can't count it. That's between me and God. But this is what these people do. It's egregious. And anybody in their right mind that thinks that they can abuse me as much as they have, they've taken money, they've done fraudulent claims, false accusations, signed insurance forms, done premeditated death plots on me, searched the black web, done all of the egregious, disgusting things that has been done on my name and my life and my energy, and taking my work and copying my work and doing all that has been done. Now you've known how to be a great con man and a great hacker and a great harasser and a great stalker and a great spyer and a great studier so that you can come back and try and break me some more. You're sadistic, you're hedonistic, you're misogynistic, and I'm going to call you out on it. None of you deserve to walk in a church and say that you're righteous, because you're not. You don't know God on any level. And I'm calling you out, and you will be pressed with charges. None of you have done anything to make right what has been done to me. You've left me on the street for dead, and you all laugh about it, and you all party about it. And I am nothing but a divine feminine healer. That's all that I have ever come as. And because of your wounds, these are your wounds, not mine. I have never been your issue. You are your issue. Your childhood woundings are your issue to my ex. I've never been your issue. There's jealousy and envy that's going rampant in these cults and covens, because they're not understanding who they are and they're not doing the inner work. So they project and they project and they project. And then they create false claims and false lies. And then they're directed by higher shadow governments to go in and impact and impale them. And then they take dirty ass contracts from devils that say, go and make hits on your ex-wife, go make hits on this, go make hits on that, and make her life as difficult as possible. So we can keep her as low vibrational as possible, so we can keep using her and harvesting her. I was one of those in the program of the mind control programs. And my ex was a part of attacking me. And my ex and his little cult and coven did everything they can to screw me over. There was 45 to 150 people involved. And the message I'm going to give today will be confirmation of somebody else that was involved. Not to the degree that I was, but their life was taken nonetheless. And that's why I'm bringing it forward, because I am the voice of the innocent. So then again, you keep coming at me and forcing yourself in my lane, and I'm going to call each and every one of you out. The Father has given me permission. And then the Father also said, those of you that think you're so smart and you think you're going to press charges and you're going to make a court claim against me after you have done the egregious acts and you have not done right and you have not made your apologies and you have not cared for your soul and you have not done anything as to do unto others on this planet. The Father said, you can take it up with the heavens, you can take it up with the divine, and the Father can't wait. Because you will lose. You will lose everything and then some. You will be embarrassed beyond all embarrassment, and the Father can't wait. Try me. The Father is tired of the egregious arrogance of all of these people taking lives out as if it's a Hunger Games and if it's a TV show. This is it. And the Father standing right here, the Father in all of your hearts, the Father in all of your bedrooms, the Father in all of your houses, the Father in all of your businesses, the Father in the ground, in the water, in the air, in the soil, and the Father that gives you your next breath. Guess what, dear lighted ones? This is judgment time, and I am the messenger. And I didn't deserve to be treated the way I was, the way I always am. I am still homeless. I still don't have any money coming to my bank accounts because there's still people trying to figure out how they're going to get out of their crimes that they've been doing for decades. Decades. Decades of lies, decades of manipulations, decades of voodoo, decades of jar work, and decades of trying to swap destinies. How dare you? And not only did you do it to me, but you did it to my children. And you will never step out of the karma that you are coming out of. And why, my ex and his cult? You will never step into my space. You are forgiven, and stay away from me. My ancestors are standing a billion toes down because that's who supports me and that who protects me. Make no mistake about it, you will not step before me. Go and heal your wounds that would ever think that taking the energy and harvesting the energy from a child that is innocent, that doesn't know what's going on. How dare all of you? And all of you couldn't wait for me to show up dead one day so that you can even go to the face of the children that I bore. I bore gorgeous, benevolent children on this planet, and you couldn't wait to give them the message that it would be my fault, because it would just prove your false ass POA paperwork and all of the years that you've tried to blame me off as crazy. It didn't work, did it? Why? Because source. Because I'm a genius, and I'll wrap circles around each and every one of you, and each and every one of you will be going insane because you've called it on yourselves. It's called the ripple of creation. You're calling it back to yourself times 10 because you haven't done right. You haven't gone to the authorities. You haven't brought truth. All you care about is you. That's all you care about. Therefore, thus then, you're not going forward on the unity consciousness trail. You're going to stay right where you are in your karma. That's all you care about. All you care about is taking, raping, stealing, and getting, and copying, and seeing how you can get a free ride. You're not going to get a free ride. You're going to sit in your karma. And my life story is just one perspective of many that have been taken advantage of over the many years, especially those that are creative geniuses, especially those that have come as starseeds, especially those that have come on behalf of the Galactic Federations, which this next person I'm going to talk about has. This person I'm going to talk about was a download from Source Creator, and the Father said, go ahead, I want you to say what this is about. I'm coming forward with more pronounced messages on behalf of the Father. This is a part of humanity's ascension plan. Because these are blatant messages, and it's time for it to come out. Because the people that should have been doing right have not been doing right. Therefore, thus then, Father's calling your hand. You wanted to play chess, you wanted to play poker, here we go. And you want to take it up with anybody, take it up with the Father. He can't wait. And again, we'll see you in every high courtroom, and we'll see you with your best suits and your best money and your best bankroll, because we will empty your pockets, and it will go to the people that deserve it. So just keep testing us, Illuminatis. Keep testing us, because you don't deserve to be in your elite positions and your glass houses. You don't. And then you didn't deserve to put me on the streets homeless, just waiting for somebody else to give me another attack and keep breaking down my systems until you get one of your dumbass warlocks to give me a death switch that's going to take me over one day, or give me another destiny swap. You don't deserve my destiny. You will never wear it. Why? Because you don't deserve it. You can't earn it. You didn't earn it. You didn't earn my consciousness. Therefore, then you will never wear my destiny. You're not getting it. But you spend a whole bunch of money on the destiny swaps, don't you? While I'm sitting homeless. So while $10,000 and $5,000 and however many over $2 million has been spent trying to take me out. $2 million. And yet you tell the tax guy you got no money? I guarantee if anybody was doing the Revenue Canada and you were to re-audit those tax revenue Canadas from everybody in the cult, I guarantee you every one of them would be falsified tax incomes. I guarantee you. Revenue Canada, are you listening? You wanted to call uncle, we're calling uncle on you. You didn't want to return the monies. You didn't want to return anything that was meant for me. You wanted to keep my life as horrible as possible. Each and every one of you, you all chose. You all chose to degrade me. You all chose to defame me. You all chose to laugh at me and falsify me. You all chose to make the phone calls that were unnecessary because they were wrong and false. You chose to phone the police. You chose to phone the schools. You chose to do whatever you did on my name. And it's coming back tenfold right now. Now. That's my ranking. And I'm pissed. And I'm tired of having nothing. And I'm tired of being sent magic every day when I keep telling you every day, we don't have anything to do with each other. I don't even know any of you. and I don't know any of you. You never met any of me. None of you had a right to speak on my name, and nobody had a right to touch my medical files and falsify documents that are absolutely 100% wrong. I haven't been to a doctor in over 6 years. I am 100% healthy. I'm light. You will never, ever see me as a POA victim. Ever. I reclaim my power, reclaim my light, and everything within all creation is mine. This is my word. Everybody will be brought on false charges. Sabotage, defamation, premeditated murder, accomplishing in everything that you are all involved in. All of you. You can't even count the number of crimes. And this is going to span over to the shadow government, because the shadow government, you're involved too. You're the one that's directing some of these people. You're showing these people how to do MK Ultra attacks. You're the one showing these people how to do what voodoo and when to do it. You're the one showing these people they're going to be studied. And who are the ones that are doing the behind the scenes, the AI TV shows? Illegal surveillancing people, illegal watching people, and illegal knowing everything that they're doing. This is illegal as fuck. Who are these people? What are these companies? You're going down. You're going down. Every single one of you. You will go down. You have illegally crossed the lines on every human rights and every constitutional law that has ever been written. You've crossed every spiritual law that has ever been written. And you've been using these innocent beings that are meant to raise the frequency of the planet. You've been using them and using them and using them. And not many of them, very few have made it out. And the Father has had enough. The Father is coming through with his dictation today. So sit back, get your papers out, and start organizing your lives. Because ascension is a beautiful, sacred experience that each and every one of us are offered. And if this is a joke to you, then you're not in the right place. Move off, and you will be moved. Your timeline will be moved, and you'll go to Epstein Earth and experience all those other things with Epstein people that don't give a crap about life. And they want to sit in disconnection, and they want to sit in loathsomeness of themselves, and they want to sit in jealousy and envy and gluttonous and greed and arrogance and low vibrational ignorance. Then sit there. Sit in your ignorance, but you don't have any right to keep impaling people and to bring down the highest people on the planet because you want to laugh at them and you want to make little sadistic little snuff films. How many of you were involved in the cults and the covens and the meetings? I want to know how many of you. The Father knows. The Father is seeing you right now. The Father is asking you. How many of you were involved in the gloating and the defamation and the taking down of every time that my daughter suffered? How many of you? We want to see you put up your hands in your private little rooms. How many of you? How many of you were in the chat rooms? How many of you were in the meetings? How many of you got paid? How many of you got paid to silence her? Raise your hands. How many of you were involved in chat rooms? How many of you were involved in the illegal surveillancing? How many of you were involved in what are we going to do to her next? How many of you? Raise your hands. Do you want to clear your conscience? Do you want to clear your soul? Or do you care about where your soul is going? Do you care about your next lifetime? The Father's asking you. Surrendering your dirty deeds, yes or no? Moving on the path of ascension, yes or no? Or you don't care? Doesn't matter to the source. You're going to go where you're going to go. It's your vibration. Do you care about the people that you harm? Do you care about what you've done to the people that you've harmed? My daughter will go forward with a beautiful relationship that I have ordained. And she will have a blessed life, and it will not be with anybody from the past. The past will be blocked and closed off because they have not earned a right next to her. And we have said this. We have removed you for a reason. Do the work. And if you come at her, you will be stopped and you will be blocked. We have said no 1,000 times. Sit and listen to your higher selves before you manifest yourself off this planet. Because you keep coming at a being that we've said no. You cannot come at her. You cannot make false videos of her. You cannot make snuff videos of her. You cannot sell her in the underground. And you just keep doing it, don't you? And you wonder why you're at where you're at. And then you think you're going to come back and have her protect you and you have her make your life all better. How dare you? Sit down and do your work. You will not touch her. Ever. You are removed from ever touching her essence. You chose that after the 57th sacrifice. How dare you? And then you say you care about her. We see you laughing and scoffing and you think how easy it is to get back in her energy. Well, how is it? Are you? You will never get back in her energy. She will be with someone that will respect her energy and that will apologize and make shit right when it needs to be made right. Not waiting 10 years later. until everybody forgets and say, oh, we'll just wipe it under the rug. It was nothing. No, a sacrifice is fucking something. And playing with your children's energy, it's something. And manifesting a reality where you think you're all righteous and you walk around as if you're righteous, but you lie and you defame and you make false accusations and false claims and the lies that have been going around Calgary, none of you have even met me. None of you have even met me. You small-minded people. You've never met me. And yet you destroyed and ruined my life just like that. And you all laughed and partied on my money. It was my money. And I sit homeless. How do you feel? Does that make you feel righteous? You're going to put that above your church door. This is what we did to the divine Messiah. You have to sit with that, people. All of you in the stupid ass surveillancing. You're making TV shows and you're making videos and you're making this and you're taking content and you're making fake AI pages. Who do you think you are? Who do you think you are to use the divine Messiah? Who do you think you are? You're making money off of her name and her energy and her light, and you harvest off of her. You think about her and you harvest off of her so you can get her creative energy. Who do you think you are? You're frauds and you're thieves. That's all you are. The Father is sitting you down today. Illuminati, listen up. You're meant to make things right with a lot of people because you've screwed a lot of people and you've taken a lot of people out. Today is your judgment day. Listen up. There's no going back and forth. There is no more further games of energy. There is no more further games of cult and covens impaling the innocent star seeds. Get that through your heads. Each and every one of you will be shifted. If you will not heed these instructions, make right now. You will close these cases of where you have taken and raped money and held money and withheld money and shipped them off seas to the offshore bank accounts. Each and every one of you that have touched my daughter energetically, vibrationally, through false paperwork and false accusations and false claims, you will have on a writing piece of paper and you will put your names and you will say what you have done though wrong, thus for wrong. And if you have done so, you will take it to the authorities and make sure it gets done right. And you will correct all of your wrongs. And if you choose not to, you will be removed. However your ancestors so deem it. We are tired of waiting. We are tired of giving you chances, and we are tired of saying it's okay that you take people out by your selfish, egregious acts. It is not. It has never been okay. You haven't been hearing us. You don't have the right to touch another person's soul or destiny. How dare you destiny swap? You don't know what you're doing. You don't understand the first thing about quantum energy or their soul's blueprint. You haven't taken one of her classes. You don't respect her on any level. Therefore, thus then, you will never co-create with her. All of you are getting a lesson today, all of you, from the Father, from the hand of the Father, the top Illuminatis, the top shadow governments. Those are the ones we're talking to. We are talking to the world leaders. We are talking to the ones that think it's okay to run cults and covens and attack innocent starseeds, to attack the innocent children and lure them into prostitution. You're the ones we're talking to. You're the ones that we want. You're the most egregious. You're the most arrogant, you're the most ignorant, and you're the ones that are choosing not to heal. And we've told you and we've told you and we've told you. The ones that have been attacking my daughter for 3 straight years when we said stop. Return the money now. You're going to return her birth records, and you will give her the passports that she has asked for. And if she does not receive what she has asked for in the basic and bare, the very bare minimum of her human rights, each and every one of you will be dragged to the highest courts, and you will be dragged. Each and every one of you, of your multi-billion-dollar companies, and how much money you have made off the innocent that you have been surveillancing, studying, testing, and sabotaging and attacking. And your names will be known all through creation, of the most egregious and the most dark and the most swamp-like. So make very sure of this day, dear lighted ones, and mark it on your calendars. The egregiousness of this planet stops today. You will no longer use star seeds and you will no longer harvest. You will take up your trafficking rings of organ harvesting and children harvesting, and you will no longer run your dumb-ass surveillancing programs of making videos off people without their permissions or signatures, and you will pay them what they are worthy of. Because you have a per diem on how many days you have been streaming them without their knowing. And you will pay these people back. And if you don't, you will be dragged. You'll be dragged through the highest courts. And the heavens will have you on the stand. And I will be the one questioning, because I am of the high courts. And you think I was crazy. How do you like me now? Why do you think Father does what Father does? From the divine, take it up with the Father. Anybody that has issues with what the daughter is saying today, there is higher authority always taking place, and there is always the representation of those that have come forward to represent peace and harmony for the people of higher education. All of these people. Okay, so here is the download from the Father. There is a being on your planet through which was a part of the mind control program. This being that you have known in your entertainment collective as Twitch. I think many of you know that, Twitch. The Ellen DeGeneres fellow. Just to give you a backup, I've not read anything about Twitch's case. I think I watched one video. And it was about just after he had passed. I think it was about a month after he passed. And it had somebody else also in the video. And so I watched that video. I haven't done any reading. I don't know anything about where it's at and how it got, I don't have any information on how it is, how it came down and how it's logged in the collective. So just to let you know, I don't have any background information on Twitch. I have my energetic feeling when I'm sensing into it, and then when I open up to channel, Source gives me the information. So this is what I channeled. You have a being known within your collective on your planet known as Twitch, and he is now, I'm a medium too, so I'm channeling him. He's in the collective right now. He's in spirit. And there was a case, this case was not suicide, it was murder. He was a part of the mind control program of the stages that he was moving into a stage of called the erasing aspects of his memory, and that his higher self and his lower self were attempting to explain and express that he refused to be a part of it. So he knew that things were going on with regards to the Illuminati and the many programs and the many agendas that the shadow government and all of the people that were in the elite organizational kind of Epstein-like agendas of mind control, and everybody involved in mind control and the various programs that were involved in mind control, just like I was, MK Ultra, and he was a part of it. He was also a starseed. He was also a part of the systems of light. So he's with us, the systems of light. So he is in the energy right now, so I'm channeling his energy. He was starting to remember, as Celeste has done, and others will also remember, the flashes and flashbacks of the higher self and the soul's experiences through time and through your collective experience. And there will start to be the remaking and connecting of the dots for you and yourself to heal, because that's your higher self's job, is to always bring those flashes of memories when and how you're ready. It's always in divine timing so that you can remember and start recollecting. Thank you, Holy Spirit, for clearing that. Thank you, Holy Spirit. So there's lots of clearing today. Thank you. And so this is why Father wanted me to bring it through, because many of us are going to start to remember the flashbacks and start recollecting and start to remember and bring those soul fragments back to create that holism. Because it's time for us to heal the parts of our society that have been under mind control, that have been in these various programs like MK Ultra, Project Stargate, all these other projects. And there's various other projects too, you know, there's not just that one, but some of them have been in entertainment, obviously, because the ones that go into entertainment are highly creative. They're the creative geniuses. And so many of these people that were targeted were the creative geniuses, like myself and like Twitch. But Twitch was a member of the Galactic Federations, and he was a member of the Systems of Light. And he's come forward to say, no, it wasn't a suicide, it was actually a murder. He was a part of the mind control program, and he knew what was going on behind the scenes, and he was going to come forward and talk about it, because they were going to start on the second phase of that mind control program, was start to erase certain parts of the memory. And as I've said in many parts of my video, I've said many times that even our higher guides that are in the seventh dimension, they don't have authority to touch our memory at all. It's a very, very sacred experience that moves into the soul experience of all that is. So nobody has any authority on the earthly realm in any way. I mean, what arrogance, what idiocy. There's nobody on the earthly realm that has any authority to play with your memory. As opposed to those that are in regression therapy, and they do those therapies to bring that memory back, because it is a part of the healing process. Your memory is integral to the healing process. You cannot become a whole integrated soul without those memory integrations. So anybody that ever in cults or covens or low society or low warped masons or low witches and voodooists, anybody that does anything with your memory, you absolutely better bet that they're not working in benevolence, and you should absolutely run the other way and surrender it to God and have judgment called on them. There is nobody on this earthly plane that is responsible or that is even have the capacity or aptitude to work with memory. They just don't. Nobody does. Nobody does. It's up to nobody to work with anybody's memory, except if you're a trained regression therapist. And you, of course, do your dream therapy and doing your dream journaling is a part of bringing those memories back. But it is up to your divine, and just again, work with your higher self and work with your teams, because your higher self and your teams are the ones that are going to be bringing those memories back to you. So anyways, Twitch was a part of the mind control program, just like I was. They had, just throughout all my life, they had been putting various blocks and various veils and having cults and covens handle me. And all of these men that think they're married to me in false marriages and think they're owning me and think they're handling me, they don't. It's ridiculous. And the Father states from this point forward, there is nobody that takes ownership of thine daughter. Nobody. All contracts are broken. There's a clean slate. She is not endowed to any of you. Any of you. Anybody in the underground, any contracts that were ever made with anybody in cults or covens or the shadow government, you are all wrong. It is all done. The Father has looked after everything. I am not in owing to anybody. I never have been and never will be. And you're not going to stop my speaking of it. I'll speak as I speak. Because it's your dumb games. It's your low vibrational games. It's your lack of knowledge. It's your lack of misguidance. You've done everything you've done for selfish greed, selfish greed, selfish greed, selfish greed. All of you have wanted to handle me, to control me, to take me, to rape me, and abuse me. And I've had enough. I said enough was enough 3 years ago. I said enough was enough 3 years ago. I said enough was enough 3 years ago. I shouldn't be here, but I am. And I'm speaking for people like Twitch. Nobody had the right to do anything on mind control, manipulation, energy control, microwave control, any MK Ultra. Nobody had any right to do what's been done to some of us. And you didn't have any right to send cults or covens to then, therefore, keep attacking us and suffocating us and suffocating our lives so that it's relentless on the black magic these people do to us, because now they're obsessed with us. Now I have to get protection orders. Now I have to fix decades of my finances being fucked with because nobody's doing what they should be doing. Nobody's giving back to me. And I blame this on the shadow government. I blame this on the very day that I was born and everybody that had access to me. And nobody that's done the right thing. Nobody. Anybody that says you're my parent, you're not my parent. How would you be my parent when you've left me with 50 years of bullshit? You are all forgiven, all of you, you're forgiven. This isn't what family is. It just isn't. So if you want to come by at a late second and say, oh, I'm your mother, and oh, I'm this to you, and I'm that to you, and oh, I'm so this, and I'm so that. Talk to God. It doesn't mean anything to me. You are all forgiven. You're off the hook. You're free with me. I've carried this weight for 55 years and 54 years and 53 years, however old I am, because I still don't have the correct information about who I am and where I was born and who my actual parents are. Because you all held those informations because you thought it was better for you. That's how selfish everybody is. You don't care about the damage you do to others. You don't care about the number of witches and warlocks that are sent to me. Over 2,000 hexes and curses were sent on my life since the day I was born. I've had 3 years all to myself where my body was not touched. 3 years out of 54. If I'm 54 at all. Who knows? It's been a travesty. This is how you treat a divine feminine. This is how you treat a divine healer. This is how you treat the women on your planet. You all have a lot of healing to do. This is how you treat women. The instances that occur have been occurring in Dubai. All of the misogynists and all of the beliefs and all of the low vibrational energies that are in Dubai. And you think your money can buy what you buy and the things that you do and how you act and how you behave. Each and every one of you will be getting karma. The luring and the temptations that go to the innocent girls and to the innocent children on the places of Dubai because you like to play in dirty, nefarious ways. And you think that life is just a game to you. It doesn't matter how much money you have. You will never be ranked, ever. Your money will never rank you. It doesn't matter what robe you wear. You will never be ranked. And I will tell it to you and I will say it to you. Your elite playground is nefarious and egregious, and you will never pass the gates to the heavens. You simply won't. And I am your judgment. I'm calling out all of those egregious people in Dubai that lure innocent victims in for your playground. It's egregious. And the Dubai law will change so that you absolutely will be charged with the murders that you're responsible for. How many women have gone missing in Dubai by being lured over with so-called business propositions and modeling propositions, and never to be seen from again, except if their heads are stuffed on the walls? And that's your compass. You must be so very proud, Dubai businessmen, and the ones that say it's okay, and the ones that are their posse, and the ones that are patsies, and the ones that are little minions that say it's okay to just wash all this under the carpet, and then we'll just make all the court cases go away. How dare all of you? How dare all of you treat life like this? How dare all of you treat women like this? This is your balanced planet. This is your high intelligence. The Father is beside himself, capital H. And you think all of you are going to get a blessing at the end of your life. Seriously. You think you're going to get a blessing by the snuff videos. You think you're going to get a blessing by touching on and raping children and keeping them in tunnels and locked houses. You think you're going to get a blessing by luring people and innocent people to a business dealing when actually they're going to be traded and they're going to be sold and sex slaved and then they're going to be killed. Seriously, you think you will get a blessing? Your souls are dark and egregious. Will you please get healed and connected with spirit? Because I don't know what you're connected with. It ain't spirit. Nothing but demons. I'm calling you out on it. I don't care how much money you have. Your money doesn't mean anything to your soul. It means nothing. It means you're playing in very dark places and you think you're going to get away with it. You're not getting away with it. The Father sees everything. And you go into a temple with those feet after you kill people and you think that you're going to be forgiven. You intentionally, with maliciousness, and you intentionally bring other people into your dirty deeds. And you kill people like it's nothing. You kill people like it's a sneeze. Seriously. This is the level of degradation on our planet. It must be faced. The Father is speaking on one person that had a similar experience with mind control as I did. And then they go into the systematic approach, and then they call you crazy. And then they go and see if they can get POAs on you, and they do the slow dagger systematic approach. Anytime that you speak up against these people in the dark government, and those people that are processing arms race back and forth, and drugs back and forth, and traveling people back and forth, and children back and forth so they can have their elite dumbass games for their egregious low vibrational souls and their spirits that are just taking out life just like that, like it's a game and you stick it on your calendar like it means nothing to you. Well, these people actually had souls. They actually had destinies. They actually had a soul blueprint. They actually had things that they were going to do in this lifetime. Did you care? You didn't care. You don't care about anything. Do you care about what I've been through in the past 50 years to navigate sabotage after sabotage after sabotage after sabotage, and all I do is work 24/7 for the divine? The Father has had enough. Everybody's getting karma. Anybody that has touched my life or my files and has done nothing but hide and withhold, you're getting karma times 10, and it starts now. All of those egregious people that are in the richest places of the world, and you think that you're going to lure life in to play your sick little games and to think you're going to get off walking scot-free in your robes. It doesn't matter your robe. It doesn't matter your money. You're being called judgment right now. You're a grown adult. Do unto others. How hard is it? 3 words. Do unto others. And if you choose not to change, and if you choose not to be a part of unity consciousness, regardless of your religious beliefs, it doesn't mean anything. There's no religious belief that says you can go and kill a woman anytime you want. What type of universal law? Go back into your quantum science. Go to your quantum science, people. Go into your quantum science books. Go into your universal laws. Go to your spiritual healing. Go to your spiritual dictations. Go to your spiritual laws. What spiritual law says you can kill a woman whenever you want? And if that's so, you will never be godly. You will never be godly, divine masculines. This is how you treat divine feminines on your planet. This is how you protect life at all costs. You're not protecting life. You're playing sick-ass games. I'm calling you out. Judgment. Why do you think Dubai flooded a couple of years ago? Why do you think Dubai flooded a couple of years ago? It was to wake the Dubai businessmen up. What are the waters representative of? Divine feminine. It was to wake the businessmen of Dubai up. Wake up, businessmen of Dubai. Your egregious acts and what you do in private is egregious. And you won't return to this planet or any other planet. That's a fact. How's your money working for you now? Because you have no spirit or soul or conscience that says what you do is okay. It isn't. How many people have been killed in Dubai and just wiped under the carpet as if it means nothing, and their families are left with no answers? These crimes will be looked at, every country, every city, and everybody will face their deeds. There is no way out of this. It is judgment time, and you will awaken. There is a mother and a father. There is the Creator. However you choose to believe your box beliefs and your religious beliefs in the stores of them all, there is a grander elegance, and it is the source creator, the all that is. Step into whatever store you want, but you will be held accountable. You will be held accountable in the highest of courts. Make no mistake about that. And I would be so very gracious if I was to be there and to press the charges on behalf of the families of the people that you so egregiously put their heads in boxes to serve at a dinner party. Zero respect for God's life on all levels. May you face judgment now. My God, the egregiousness, the arrogance. And you wonder why places flood. And you wonder why you're getting karma. You treat life and you treat divine feminine so vile. And what do you expect in return? It's your spiral of ascension. It's your spiral of return. What is that? Boom. You must face it. It's vile. How you treat children on this planet is vile. How you treat divine feminine on this planet is vile. Shadow government, you're getting pulled. You've been given enough time to do right. There has been agendas of mind control. There's been agendas of harming those with chakras and activations of the divine. And you've been trying to shut them down. And we're calling you out today. There will be no more of these agendas. And each and every one of you will get karma for doing so. And for continuing to do so after we told you to stop. Many months ago. Each of your technological warfare, you will be getting karma for it. And each and every one of you will get karma, and your families will be pulled, and little things will happen here and there and here and there to let you know that there is a grander plan, and you're messing with it. All right, we got your attention now. Have we got your attention now? So Twitch, these are parts of his soul's blueprint, and he was going to start to have flashbacks of his soul's experience and his soul's plan. And so he was going to speak out about it. And of course, that's when he went into the so-called suicide, and his father is saying it wasn't a suicide. So he is going to start to reconnect the dots for his higher self and his soul. And he's standing right here and he's saying, thank you. His family deserves peace to know that his family knew that he wasn't in a state of suicide. He wanted to confirm that what his family felt were all correct. His family deserves peace. His family deserves to have their feelings and their emotions set aside. They wanted to capitalize off of those in the program by having them compete against each other and battle each other. And this is going in similar parallel to the shows that have been going on and the surveillancing that's been going on. So they put people in mind control and they treat them like warring ants. That's the word I got, warring ants. So that it's like a Truman Show where the people that are creative geniuses, we start competing against each other. And why that we've seen certain people that have reality shows and TV shows what are they called? Like Ellen and Oprah, and somehow down the road their interview techniques become abrasive and derogatory. They're not healing. They're not bringing the energy out for healing. They're more derogatory. They're more blaming. They're trying to catch the people on their, like what's happened with what's his face, the one that just got put back on. He was off for a day or two. They sent him home. Whatever that guy's name is, Jimmy Kimmel. Whatever his name is, how they treat people and how they go about interviewing is not benevolent. It's not healing. It's not unifying. It's getting in there and it's ripping people apart. It's warring. It's inciting war and anger and aggression. And Jimmy Kimmel, you see many of his shows and many of his interviewing tactics are like that. I think what's her name too. Anyways, this is how these TV shows are running. So this is what they were saying. This is what the father was wanting to parallel. When the mind control experience there's people that are in the mind control that are part of those that agitate, right? They're inciting purposeful, malicious agitation. That's what the whole program is about. How can we get humanity to keep being agitated together? How can we keep humanity being drama? How can we keep humanity in drama? How can we keep humanity in war? How can we keep humanity in pain and suffering? How can we bring up the most traumatic experience that we can put one female through, and we can rip everything out from underneath her, and then we can videotape it and film it and see how many views we get? This is the incitation to make sure that news programs are running, to make sure that there's always bad news, to make sure that this is a real thing. And if you go back to Cryon videos, Cryon has even talked about that about 3 years ago. And so has Bashar. Certain channelers have talked about the intentional agendas for those that are in power, the elites, and those that are running elite programs and elite entertainment to keep humanity in warring experiences, and why they come out with these very low vibrational reality shows. And some of us are in those reality shows and we don't even know we're in them, and we don't even know we're stars, and we're not even being paid for anything. We're on the street. But they want us on the street because it makes it more dramatic. It makes it more real, because all these people that want to watch us, they're getting paid for it all, and they're getting their kicks and giggles. And it's all illegal as fuck. It's actually inciting damage and suffering and trauma and PTSD and psychological trauma and psychological suffering. We're put through this every day. How is this okay? It's like a sick game. It's like a sick hunger game. It's like a sick hunting game. And we will never have the device. We will never have the dice. We will never have the remote control. And we will never have, because why? Because they're the ones that are holding on to all of our money. We don't even have money to go hire investigators. We don't even have money to go and hire the best lawyers. We don't have the money. We are their little fucking minions that run back and forth trying to survive. It's disgusting. It's literally disgusting. And there are some people in the business, like Twitch, that caught on to it. And he was going to start speaking about it. About the masters of control, the ones that were manipulating them, the ones that were behind the control boards, the ones that were doing the mind control energies. And those that incite anger, those that incite drama, those that incite warring against each other. And you can even see it in the entertainment shows and why reality shows were even created. Because it's a part of continuing the human drama. Keep humans in war and low vibrational separation with each other and disconnection with each other. And why my channel is all about connection is suppressed. Do you see the themes here, people? And why the Father wants me to bring this forward. Be discerning about what is out there and what you are reading and what you are moving into. And you will have flashbacks, some of you. Not all of you have been involved in these mind control programs. Some of you have been. And so just know that it's a part of your awakening process, and work with your guides and work with your teams for healing. And go to those that are actually talking about integration, building bridges, and healing, and connection. That's 5D energy. Reality shows and warring against each other and seeing how long you can keep it a secret on how much you're withholding from them and how much you're stealing from them and how much you're raping them and harvesting from them. Oh boy, how fun of fun. Okay, so the richer get richer, and the ones that are actually here to change the world and uplift the world for future generations of beautiful children that are going to come forward and help the world and help the water and help future generations, we don't care about that. Do you just want to keep going into extinction as fast as possible? Because if you take out the divine feminine, you take out the ones that are here with abundance, you take out the ones with true wisdoms, then what? Then you're running into more and more corruption and more trafficking and more crime rings and more prostitution. Okay, so then what? You're real highly intelligent, aren't you? Then you just keep bombing places like Gaza, and you keep bringing and luring women to Dubai, and that's your trophy. These are your trophy states here, people. This is what your energy of your land speak of. This is what the energy of your land speak of. This is the energy that you sit in, and this is your compass. This is your trophy. That's how disconnected it has been. And there has been people like myself, I should not be here, I shouldn't have survived. And I've survived so I can speak on cases like this. Twitch did not create suicide. It was murder. He was a part of the mind control programs. And the mind control programs are then going into the next phase of taking certain memories from you so that you don't remember what has been done to you, because people are awakening. Because that's what light does. It allows you to remember who you truly are and what you've been through so you can heal. And these people don't want you to heal. Shadow governments, we are calling you out. And you will come forward, and you will create closure, and you will create benevolence, and you will create balance, because it is your job. You are here for the people. What rocket scientist person's I want to know the rocket science behind anybody. I want to know the rocket scientist. I want the top dog that was ever in charge of these mind control programs. Who was that person? Who was the person and what was their theory? What was their theorem? What did they sit down at the table and think, let's see if we can have as many humanity, as much as them weaponized and demonized as possible and just battle each other. Let's see if that sounds fun. That sounds really fun. Let's do this. Let's gather people. I got enough money. Let's just pay everybody to be in this really crazy ass experience. And let's torture all these people. Let's torture the lightest ones. Let's torture the starseeds to see how far they can get, to see how much they really know, to see how they can get out of it. And they're going to show us how to get out of it. And we're going to keep doing it while we harvest them, while we take apart their families, while we ruin their families, and while we target them and defame them and call them crazy. And then set up false POAs on them. And then, to top it all off, we're going to charge them with all these false accusations and false allegations of how criminal they are. That's what's been done to my life. The father said, "Are you kidding me?" This was overkill on tremendous proportions. How dare you do this to one human being? And all I've done is brought forward truth and healing. And the little dark secrets that are coming out from the entertainment world about control and mind control, and the stories about those that have been trying to come forward and speak truth and trying to have their voices heard. And you do nothing but attack and degrade and derail and defame and demoralize and disintegrate. Anything that you can do to attack them so that you never have to face what you have done to one single human. Everything on our planet will be looked at with a fine-tooth comb because you're awakening, and it must be. Government projects that go in to destroy humans and to take families apart is unconscionable on every level. And every constitutional right has been absolutely burned and trampled on as if it meant nothing, because each and every one of you have greedy agendas. And that was more important than you and your soul and where it sits at the end of the day. The Father sees everything and the Father hears everything because the Father and the Mother are inside of you. And you've completely ripped the Divine Mother from this planet, and you have thrown her to the ground, and you've done debaucherous things and decapitated her in every way because of your own wounding, and you're refusing to heal it, and you're refusing to look at it. And then at the end of the day, you will only face you, the egregious divine masculines on the planet that continue to live in misogyny, that continue to overpower your women and stone them, that continue to go with old vibrational beliefs that don't have anything to do with a 5D planet and with 5D leadership and with 5D businesses. All of your businesses will never get through the gates of 5D, and your businesses will crumble because you don't care. You're not on 5D land. You're not on 5D foundations. You're not aligned with the heavens, your collective, or the Gaia. So your businesses will fail. Your multi-billion-dollar businesses will fail. None of you are aligned. None of you are vocationally aligned. How can you be aligned when you lure innocent people in and then do what you do to them? You don't have any care for your collective. You don't have any care for Gaia. And she tried to show you a couple of years ago when she flooded you. But you didn't get on. You didn't get that, did you? You didn't get that because you're disconnected. Your businesses will fail, people. You don't care about anything. Your businesses will fail. You're not aligned with the sacred Trinity. You're not aligned with the heavens. You're not aligned with the collective, and you're not aligned with your planet. Therefore, thus then, bye. Watch it. These are my predictions. Watch it. It's called quantum science. You're not keeping up with the omnipresent light. You're not keeping up with the quantum light of our planet. And it's coming out. Every egregious deed is coming out. Hide all you want to hide and tamper with what you want to tamper with and destroy evidence all you want to destroy evidence. It will never erase the deeds on your soul. And we're calling it out. Because you're still hiding, you're still denying, and you're still leaving the people that are worthy of something, and you're still leaving them with nothing. How is that okay? How is it okay for any of you out there to know that the divine healer is living homeless on the streets and having to sleep in the cold and the rain and the wet? How is it okay for all of you? She has healed your children. She has healed your future children. She has healed your future generations. She's bringing grids, she's bringing energy to the grids that will bring your future families. How is it okay for all of you? This is unity consciousness, dear lighted ones. She lifts up and she gives honor and benevolence to all the readers, the aligned readers, and she promotes you on her page every day because there's nobody else that's sharing her videos. There's nobody else that is sharing who her story is. All of the other light workers have 3 and 5 and 6 month waiting lists, and she keeps promoting all of them. Not one of them has promoted her. The Father is coming forward today. All of you are going forward in unity consciousness. Who are you? She has given you free promotions. She is one of the truth speakers on the planet. Has anybody given her free promotions to share her channel, because her channel is shadow banned, as she has told all of you? There are 2 beings that will be at her table, and they will be the ones that will be in her garden and of her garden. And there will be a castle in their names. 2. Out of her 50 years of being abused. Thank you, collective. You are a survivor of segments like The Truman Show. Many of you have been channeling bits and pieces and is now coming to what is occurring on your planet and all that will be shown. Such forward are games of the rich, the elites, the famous, the oligarchy, the very manyest of the black shadow governments, and all of the plots and the agendas that were using humanity in certain ways. There are those that have survived and many haven't. Therefore, the Father will bring information on case-by-case basis on the deeds of those and the businesses of those that have been involved, because there has been 0 efforts by those to make right and the redemption of the souls that are complete innocent victims that have had their lives snuffed out from underneath them. So the Father has given authority from now on to bring forward on, however, when I ever get a message, that there will be things brought forward for those that were involved, the deeds that they were committed, and the businesses that were involved, because nobody's choosing to make it right and nobody's doing the right thing. So Father's going to do it. And then again, Father said, if you want to bring it up in court and if you want to attack me even further, then Father said, take it up with the heavens, take it up with the divine, because you have your conscience to clear, you have your divine soul prints to clear, you've been given enough warning, you were supposed to be done this 3 years ago. Then the Father can't wait. We'll see you in court. And the Father will ensure that you will lose, and you will lose everything. You will lose everything. So try us. Each and every one of you know what you've been doing behind the scenes. Each and every one of you know what you've been doing in the basements. Each and every one of you know what you've been doing in your offices and your group chats. Each and every one of you have known. You cannot in any way, on any planet, in any state. I'm talking to the judges, I'm talking to the lawyers, I'm talking to the police, I'm talking to the investigators. Nobody on this planet can put together a false charge and a false claim on anybody that is absolutely 100% purely innocent. And each and every one of you will get karma times 10 if you so choose to go about that route. Just because you don't want to be found out, or your person that's paying you, or the person that's paying them, or the person that's paying them, because you don't want to be found out for your deeds. Things will be cleared, and they'll be cleared now. It begins now. The clearing and the cleansing will begin now. There will be no false charges. There will be no false claims. There will be no false anything, because you know that these people are healers and they are innocent. How dare everybody? How dare everybody? Things will be put right. The innocent will be given what they are due, period, point blank. And the egregious, you will give them what they are due. And there will be no further claims. There will be no further court cases. You are done. Sit down and take your soul's lessons. It's been so egregious. No wonder nobody survives. Literally, no wonder nobody survives. You either go to trafficking, and if you make it to be an adult, and if you make it to be a good adult, and you try and branch off in these new directions, you try and bring new information, try and bring higher information, higher light wisdoms, and all of these things, boy, you better make sure you won't survive. You just won't. You have collectives of up to 100 after you, because you better make sure that they're after your information, they're after your wisdom, they're after your power, and they're going to be doing rituals and spell work and death plots on you every 5 minutes. And then if that isn't enough, they've got little people in the community. They're going to set off false charges and accusations because they want to wrap you up in a cell as quick as possible, because they don't know how to handle you. Shouldn't you be worried about the nuclear bombs that you're making, what is it, $6.7 billion for a defense program? And how much are you spending on healing? How much are you spending on light wisdoms to the people so they get to understand their chakra systems and their light? How much are you spending for the people to start healing these mind programs? How much? You don't talk about that, but you talk about a $7 billion defense program. That's where your leader's energy is going. They don't care about healing. They don't care about proper light wisdoms. They don't care about proper light intelligence. Many of you have been playing with very negative and naughty programs that have been involved in agendas against your health and your awakening. The heavenly scribe that sits before you, the heavenly messenger that sits before you, is in her jurisdiction of the higher court. And when you and the arrogant systems are refusing to do right, each and every one of you will be brought before us, and we will have such sessions as today, and we will bring our own conclusions, so that the people of the collective can know the true information of what's been happening behind the scenes, because nobody's been standing on their contracts to bring forward redemption and retribution. There's been no retribution, there's been no closure. We just get to walk around knowing that we're never going to get paid back, we're still going to get attacked, and we're still going to get on watch lists. Our lives don't matter. They don't care. So the Father's saying, well, we do care. There's more people that didn't survive than survived. That's a problem. The Father has a problem with that. The Father just said, we're not okay with this. We're not okay with those in governments and businesses and elite places that think that they have the right to play with human life like this. This is a problem on the planet, and it will be dealt with by the hand of God. And anyone that wants to come at me, us, they're saying us, anybody that wants to come at us, we wish that you do. And you will be sued for everything in every generation that you will ever have a generation of. And the legions of light will ensure that there will be nothing for you to pass down to anyone. You have not stood in the temples of service. You have not stood in the temples of servitude. You have not stood in any temples of goodwill. You have not stood in any temples of love. How can you walk into any temple with what you have done? And you don't think twice about it. You think taking lives is just nothing to you. Then you cannot step into a temple of love. You have disconnected from your own teachings. You have disconnected from your own theories. I am the breath maker. I am the path maker. I am all life. How can you step into a temple of love? This journey, dear lighted ones, is about love. Are you connected? Are the programs of greed and arrogance more for you? How are you going to show the children love when they come out of trafficking? How many children a week get abused in North America? They're saying there's over 1 billion children that get abused in North America every week. Do you think they want to come back? Search your souls, dear lighted ones. This is unity consciousness. And sometimes the hand is heavy because we've brought forward the highest messengers, and you've done nothing but laugh and tease and bully and defame her and take from her and keep her homeless. We've been very private and we've been very subtle, and we could have handled this 3 years ago with no names being known to the public. This could have been handled very, very discreetly, but you laughed and you follied and you spit on everything that has been sacred. And those with the most money have been the most egregious. And you play with life like it's a game to you, to see how more you can get enthused and more debaucherous and more insane with taking advantage of children and women as if it's nothing. The most egregious will be moved the most quickly, because you're not taking heed of the synchronicities that are happening every day to allow you to stop and be kinder humans. When you step into a temple, it means that you are stepping in to acknowledge love and unity and harmony and peace and do unto others. Is that not the meaning of your homes, dear lighted ones? Is that not how you are brought into the world? Do unto others. We breathed you with unconditional love as you entered this room, as you entered this place, as you entered this room of earth. This is your classroom, and you were breathed here with unconditional love. Have you given it back? Have you been aligned in giving it back? What has been your importance? And we're talking about the elites. We're talking about the ones that run countries and peoples and programs. We're talking about the shadow governments. We're talking about the cults and covens that think they have ownership over others. We're talking about the handlers. You will never handle anyone, and you will never touch their soul, and you will never sell it, and you will never swap it. You don't have a right. You never did, and you never will. And those that have done so, you will be stuck in your karma, and you won't come out. You're not going to play God, because you're not understanding the first thing about what God stands for, and that is love. That is the highest lesson, dear lighted ones. And I've searched my place, and I search my place daily, and I seek it daily. And God knows why God will lift me is because I find it daily. As hard as it is to be here sometimes, to see the children being trafficked and abused every hour, to live homelessness when I've done nothing but give to this planet and give to the collective. And I have to fight for my voice, and I have to fight for proving my sanity to those people that are absolutely insane, because they think they hold higher order to take my money and to take my name and my energy and my work on my behalf when they've had nothing to do with me but abuse. I don't understand this sick place where the criminals and the corrupt and the illegal get to pay people back and forth, and you snuff life out like it's nothing. And yet I find love every day. And I'm the one that is sitting in absolutely nothing. That's why God will lift me. Because I will still be there for the innocent ones that want to come through on the other side and say, I was not a suicide victim. I was murdered. And it's time these people be shown for who they are. The entertainment business is a farce, and it will be rewritten. It is not taking honor in the creative craft that is the inspiration of a divine being, and honoring them, and blessing them, and lifting them. It is a show and sell. And it is an inciting of how egregious and how low vibrational, how immature people can be in their reality shows. Is there anything human about it? Or is it just inciting more demons and more demonic, debaucherous incitations from elite people that think they know who they are? Your stepping into temples doesn't mean anything anymore, dear lighted ones, and why your churches will fall. That's what you've intended. And we are sad for that. Because there used to be a time where the church meant something. At least where people gathered in honesty and truth, where families gathered to see children born, where they were not put hexes and curses on them, because their mothers were so envious of their light starseed children. And their mothers would be so devious to follow their children around and wish them hell and pain and hate every day of their lives. Then you shouldn't have been a mother. You're the opposite of the word mother. If you wish any child hate, you need to go heal. A very wounded person. You don't deserve to be called a mother. If you gave birth to me, then I forgive you. There hasn't been one person on this planet that has shown me any care or has taken care of me. It's been obligation, it's been rolling of the eyes and the huffing and the puffing, because I always give more than what I've ever given, and it's exhausting. Where the children are not listened to and the children are not heard, and we have to try and find our way in this navigational mess that humanity has called life. It's dark, and we have to seek the way to light, because we're starseeds and we want things and we dream things and we create things beyond imagining just out of nothing. And then we're impaled for it. Dear lighted ones, this is a brave and great day. The mother and father have come forward. There is much that's been going on behind the scenes, and my life story is just one story, but Father wanted to bring Twitch's story as a part of it, to support it. There's been those things that have been happening, very egregious, behind the scenes TV shows that nobody's getting credit for or being paid for, and these things will come down, and it's being dismantled right now. These people that have been doing such things, you will make it right, and you will give the monies to where the people are deserving of it. You will not take anybody's work, you will not copy it, you will not be a doppelganger, you will not be a copycat, you will not be a mimicking person. Go seek who you are through yourself and through God, Source Creator. Redeem your deeds through God only. Don't come to me. There's a few people that are coming to me and they know who they are. They're not from Calgary. The officials you have to come by too. And you will come with the reports, and you will come with the data, you will come with the information, you will come with the documents, and you will come with the statements. And you will come with your badge numbers. And I will record every session. Every session I will record. Those that so desire to make donations to assist me in rebuilding myself, I would love that. I would be very appreciative. I'd be very grateful. And I will send you light in return. And the mother and the father will look at your case and will look at your soul's deeds, and they will give you whatever they can in return. And seek the divine return within you. Seek the divine within you. Seek your teams, seek your guides. That is all that is needed. You don't need anything outside of you. We must turn these things around. 1 billion children being hurt every day is not okay. Just in North America. We are going to grow up and we will ascend, dear lighted ones. This is a new Earth star. Thank God for that. Thank you, Holy Spirit. I don't have enough time to go over the other things that were presented today. But that was very interesting to hear about Twitch. So for Twitch's family, your initial observations were correct, and he wanted you to know that. He also said something about, this is just for him and his validation for his family. He also said something about blueberry pie and peaches. So his family will only know that. That's just a validation for his family, for his loved ones. And we're wanting to let you know that we love you and we adore you. And yes, that was part of the Father. So anybody that has questions about that and to the Father, please ask the Father. Please go to the Father. Please go to Mother, Father, God. All of those that are looking for ascension sessions and healings, activations, collaborations. I'm the Divine Messenger. Thank you, Mother, Father, God. Thank you, Mother, Father, God. They're saying they're going to sign out now. We've got these beautiful new things coming on, new alignments, new shifts, new changes and shifts and changes, shifts and changes. Sometimes they're heavy-handed messages. It's for those that have refused to do right. So bring forward. I'm looking forward to receiving what's rightfully mine. I'm looking forward to closing these stories out. I'm looking forward to fixing my finances. I'm looking forward to making all the wrongs right that have been a mess in my life because of other people's lies and other people's manipulations. It must be dealt with. It must be dealt with. It must be closed. So we're going to do it. That's the Father's word. So get on it, everybody. Let's start building New Earth Star. I love you, and new hopes, new promises for a brighter, higher day. Thank you, divine lighted ones. And if you work with your chakras, work with your own light, work with your own fields, work with your own guides, you're not going to be put into these mind control programs, okay? Just start calling in your light, start working with your guides, start working with your teams. Thank you, Holy Spirit. We love you, dear lighted ones, and we hope you have a beautiful day. Bye. We love you. Thank you, Mother, Father. I love you.